Government outlines list of strategic objectives to promote and facilitate inclusive growth. We'll have the details of this story and more in the National Report. Back with the details of the news of Friday, October 15th, 2021, I am Sharian Noel. The government of Grenada has outlined a list of strategic objectives that will guide its efforts to promote and facilitate inclusive growth and build resilience, even as it continues to battle the COVID-19 pandemic. Delivering the throne speech at the ceremonial state opening of the 5th session of the 10th Parliament on Friday, Governor-General Dame Cecile La Grenade said plans include increasing investment in agriculture and the light manufacturing sector to boost food and nutrition security and to reduce our huge food import bill. There will also be a focus on accelerating the rehabilitation and upgrade of the country's road network and other physical infrastructure, as well as continued efforts to build resilience against external shocks, including the strengthening structural, financial, and post-disaster resilience. Dame Cecile said the current global situation calls for collective action to resume the upward trajectory of growth. Emphasis will also be placed on improving the quality of teaching and learning within the education sector, pursuing the National Insurance Scheme to ensure sustainability and affordability, expanding production and markets through more organized production systems in agriculture, in keeping with the Grenada National Agriculture Plan 2015 to 2030.
Critical to improving healthcare delivery and building resilience in the sector is sustainable financing. In this regard, pursuing a national health insurance scheme is of paramount importance. Notwithstanding the delays associated with the pandemic in advancing this important reform, my government remains committed to the implementation of this initiative to improve healthcare delivery and affordability. In the period ahead, the key focus areas will be on improving the quality of teaching and learning via blended educational service delivery, continued training of teachers and administrators in e-learning, continued professional development for principals and teachers, curriculum transformation, strengthening of the Ministry of Education's implementation capacity, and implementing the OECS program for educational advancement and relevant learning. Government will therefore continue to focus its attention on expanding production and markets through more organized production systems, strengthening resilience to climate change and weather variability, and boosting competitiveness consistent with the strategic focus areas and objectives of the Grenada National Agricultural Plan 2015 to 2030.
Government is optimistic that construction on major projects will accelerate in 2022. Several sub-projects will also be undertaken under the Climate Smart Agriculture and Rural Enterprise Program (SIAP) and the Basic Needs Trust Fund (BNTF). The Governor-General outlined some of the major projects to be undertaken in 2022.
The St. John's River Project, the River Road Flood Mitigation, the Molyneux Landslip, the Moncumar Road, the Springs to Woman Landslip, the Woolwich Road Landslip, the Agricultural Feeder Road Project, construction of the Grenville Commercial Complex, the reconstruction of the Simone Cultural Center, the Grenada Climate Resilient Water Project, and BOLT initiatives for the Halls of Justice and Police Headquarters and Fire Station. In addition to these major projects, the repair and maintenance of roads, schools and medical facilities, and police stations will also be prioritized in 2022.
The theme for this session of Parliament is towards Vision 2035, protecting lives, safeguarding livelihoods, and investing for growth and resilience. Moving along, government boasts that investor confidence in the country remained high throughout the pandemic. Governor General Her Excellency Dame Cécile Grenada said this augurs well for a more robust economic recovery. More than 30 local and foreign projects are in the pipeline to be implemented, which will pump millions into the economy during the new fiscal year. Since the virus was first detected in 2020, several key sectors were forced to make severe adjustments, including tourism, construction, and trade. Hotel and guest houses closed their doors, construction on major projects were halted, and the buying and selling of products were affected by the closure of several borders. Delivering the throne speech on Friday, Governor General Dame Cécile Grenada said government will continue to support the development of the private sector through various implementing agencies, including the Grenada Investment Development Corporation, the Grenada Development Bank, and the Citizenship by Investment Program.
The current portfolio of major private sector projects include over 30 local and foreign projects with a value in excess of 12 billion, which are at various stages of implementation. These projects, covering tourist and student accommodations, medical tourism, manufacturing, agribusiness, and energy, will provide a major boost to the economy, including through the creation of a significant job opportunities. As part of my government's overall thrust to build social and economic environmental resilience, investments in resilient infrastructure in both the public and private sectors will be incentivized.
Preliminary results of the CXC's May-June 2021 Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate examinations show that Grenada's performance in all of the pure sciences remains above regional performance levels. This year, 2,606 candidates were registered to write CXC C6 examinations, 1,700 females and 906 males, with 2,417 candidates attending school and 189 private candidates. Two of the subjects with the highest percentage pass were Theatre Arts and Industrial Technology Mechanical, both with 100% pass rates. Others with pass rates above 90% were Physical Education and Sport, Industrial Technology, Building, Visual Arts, Industrial Technology, Electrical, Textiles, Clothing and Fashion, Information Technology, Food, Nutrition and Health, and Technical Drawing. Overall, there were 1,921 Grade 1s. Results were also received for CAPE examinations on Thursday. A total of 401 candidates were registered to write the exams. The overall percentage pass rate for grades 1 to 5 in the examination was 93.04%. Unit 1 had a pass rate of 89.25%, while Unit 2 had a pass rate of 95.58%. The Unit 1 subjects with a 100% pass rate were Art and Design, Caribbean Studies, Environmental Science, French, Geography, Literatures in English, Spanish, and Entrepreneurship. The Unit 2 subjects with a 100% pass rate were Applied Mathematics, Art and Design, Economics, French, Geography, Information Technology, Literatures in English, Spanish, Entrepreneurship, and Tourism. This is the National Report. The news will continue after the break.
Parents, the Ministry of Education has scheduled a series of webinars during the month of October with you in mind, supporting your child with remote learning. These webinars are to help you to better assist your child as remote learning is ongoing for our nation's students. Starting on Sunday, 10th October from 5 p.m. and continuing every Sunday in October, we will be discussing remote learning. Week 1, get to know your device, how to interact with the devices and care for them. Weeks 2 and 3, we discuss remote learning during the COVID-19 pandemic and apps for promoting remote learning. And week 4, Sunday, 31st October, the discussion will zero in on psychosocial well-being, balancing e-learning with the rest of your life. The Zoom-based webinars will be broadcast live on GIS Facebook page and Channel 22, beginning Sunday 10th and continuing every Sunday in the month of October from 5 p.m. Support your child with remote learning.
Welcome back. Grenada's Prime Minister is calling on citizens to participate in the upcoming National Population and Housing Census, as the information gathered will assist the state in navigating through the social and economic impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic. Prime Minister Mitchell was addressing the nation Friday on the occasion of Caribbean Statistics Day 2021.
The population and housing census is the most important source of this statistical data, as the information captured can be presented at the lowest geographical level for both population and households. It is imperative that we collect the data that will allow us to assess the magnitude of the impact of COVID-19 and the climate change occurrences, to better plan for our future, to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals, and successfully implement our respective national sustainable development plans.
Grenada was forced to postpone the start of census from September 15th to November 1st, 2021 because of the spike in cases due to COVID. With a new start date, the Central Statistical Office is working closely with the Ministry of Health to review its protocols and procedures for field staff. This will also include a change in the mode of enumeration from face-to-face interviews to telephone interviews. Chief Statistician Halim Brazan says the aim is to ensure everyone is counted and no one is left behind.
It is very important for persons to partake in the upcoming population and housing census, which will start from November the 1st, 2021. Not only because of your civic duty and your responsibility to nation building, but simply because you count. Your voice is an important voice in our development agenda, no matter your ethnicity, religion, occupation, living conditions, occupational status, age, sex, or physical and mental abilities.
This is Grenada's first paperless census, and measures have been implemented to ensure the complete confidentiality of information gathered from residents.
I must also reiterate that at the Central Statistical Office, we always place significant emphasis on security and confidentiality of respondents' data. Using the electronic approach to data collection, we have added another security feature where data once entered on the tablets are automatically encrypted. Hence, no unauthorized individual can have access to it. This is in addition to the oath of confidentiality taken by all census staff. Hence, I would like to reassure the public that information that will be collected will only be shared on an aggregated basis for policy decision purposes.
Deputy Director of Statistics, Timoni Charles. Cherry Hill Road Rehabilitation Project in Carriacou completed months ahead of schedule. On Thursday, contractor of the project, James Stafford, told GIS the over 4,000 feet of road, which was started in January, is now ready for use by the motoring public, 2 months ahead of the one-year deadline. The project was funded by the Government of Grenada and the Caribbean Development Bank. It includes box and slipper drains, retaining walls, and culverts. Stafford attributes the early completion of the project to good planning and good weather.
Last week, we finished the actual road construction. So we were able to bring in the job, the road in within 2 months and a half, I would say, before the time. And part of that is due to good weather. The weather this year was good. We didn't get much rain this year. We had a lot of planning put in place, for the neighbors, because there is a lot of inhabitants on this road. A lot of people use the road, so we had to put a serious plan in place. And in doing so, getting the good weather was a plus. So we were able to bring in the job 2.5 months in front.
He is hopeful that minor cleaning and backfilling of edges can be completed soon so that the main road can be opened to the public.
We hoping that next week the road could be open to the commuters, and we know it's a road that people been dying waiting for, and that's why we did our best not to keep the not only the villagers, but it's the main road leading from Central, which is Hillsborough in Carriacou, and the south of Carriacou, linking the north of Carriacou, which is Dover, Windward, and also Petit Matnik. So that's the main road linking Carriacou to the northern side and Petit-Martinique. So the bypass now is the village of Bogles, and we know what that's been doing because it's created a lot of traffic in Bogles and so on. So everybody is pleased and waiting just for that road to open, next week by next weekend. I want to say thanks to the Ministry of Carriacou and Petit-Martinique Affairs, and by extension the Ministry of Works, for undertaking such a nice project, such a needed project for the community of Cherry Hill and Bogles.
And with that story, come to the end of the National Report for Friday, October 15th, 2021. On behalf of the entire news and production team, I am Sharian Noel, thanking you for viewing.